if Kingmil gets famous, y'all niggas not gonna be with Kingmil once he gets famous, bro. Understand that shit. He not gonna feed y'all.
Okay, doers, let's talk about this Feng Christian Thomas situation. You know what I'm saying? CTI, not really sure how you guys address, bro. But yeah. CTI exposed Feng and accused him of scamming. Broad take. For those of you guys who don't know, this is Feng. This is his old manager, somebody who is a very creative person in the space and knows how to basically develop an artist. You want the real to come out? I guess this is him posting stuff and letting people know how he feels. Feng DMs him, you're right, whatever it is. Then he goes, paid promo. I mean, I guess he's exposing the fact that Feng does promo. I know a lot of artists get off with, making it seem like everything is organic. This is his strategic way of doing so, or whatever it is. But he is letting people know that this is paid promo. Exposes when the album comes out, which somebody like me is going to be very excited for, because to be honest with you, I like Feng's music. I've always thought it was very distinctive and catchy. Yeah, and I was always curious as to what was next. Things randomly just appear in my face, music-wise, and I like that, the element of surprise. And he always executes upon arrival, so it's like, all right. But he lets people know the release date for the album. For anyone asking, they blurred it out, so we don't know. It's just dropping this year for sure. I haven't made anyone post anything on X, TikTok, or Reddit to hate you. That's just what happens when you pick LA over London. So I'm assuming there was something where Feng thought his manager was putting a smear campaign against him. I guess maybe Feng is familiar with his manager's abilities to, hit the blogs and get something moving, which is pretty common, pretty common. But this is him saying, no, it's not me building this machine against you. It's genuinely just the people of, London upset at maybe the fact that Feng is doing things the American way or whatever it is. CTI, Christian Thomas Irving, Feng's former manager, and the core reason for why he went up, has publicly come out against Feng, accusing him of signing a deal with Capitol Records behind his back. He claimed the deal was allegedly worth millions, and while Feng did verbally promise to pay him 500,000 euro, he has yet to pay him anything. At all. This all comes in response to why Christian Thomas Irving and Feng fell out months and months ago. If all this is true, that's honestly just so wild to do, especially to someone who believed in you from zero and brought you to a great deal of success. Justice for CTI, man. Yo, the time. Managers are always getting cut out of the deal. Managers are always getting shelved and pushed off to the side. That's why a lot of times it's good to have contracts with an artist. Never really do anything off of the strength. And I'm talking to the manager specifically. You never really want to do things off the strength. And I'm not trying to shame Feng. Shit, there's probably a reason why they fell out, and Feng feels that who knows? But I'm just saying in general, if you're going to manage somebody, definitely have that paperwork that solidifies your percentage no matter what. Put those things in the clauses all the way up to a record deal. You want reimbursement, you want such and such, whatever it is, make sure it's on the paper, because then you could actually legally sue. I feel like a lot of times, somebody helps out an artist that they think is interesting, and then things pop off, but contractually you guys were not situated, and now you kind of got to ride this wave of playing it safe and getting in where you can fit in based off the fact that you were the original person to try and seek some type of success for this artist. But a lot of times once an artist picks up, the internet really does the rest, and it's up to the manager to either manage it or do what artists can say, or as what they all say, I could have done this myself, or because the internet is now a tool that we all can use. So either the manager is going to do it or the artist is going to do it. And once the songs get to that point, it's like, hey, so as a manager, you really want to be locked in, maybe be invested yourself. Some managers don't put the money up themselves. They kind of just tell the artist where to spend it, and et cetera, et cetera. And that's usually where artists turn around and feel like it was all them and they don't need the manager no more now that it's working, and the manager sort of taught them the playbook, et cetera, et cetera. They kind of assigned them a new job, and like, you know, the bitch nigga job. And then, you know, egos and tensions build. I've managed people before. Shit, even as an A&R, I'm already starting to experience like working with artists too early and noticing how, you know, the entitlement, like, man, it's an interesting relationship, artist to manager. But yeah, just to see this unfold this way, it's interesting. It's interesting. You signed to Capitol Records without me being present. Let me say that over again. You signed to Capitol Records without me being present. Came with a sob story about how we are brothers. Allegedly, multiple millions to yourself. Wallace telling me you'd give me 500,000 euros. To this day, it's zero. I made you from 10 listeners. Don't forget. And then Boy Slow Down jumping on that bullshit. I guess he dropped Cali Crazy. And they might not be in agreement as to, you know, whether or not it's good. If they fell out months before the deal, hey, is the manager entitled to some form of payment? If on a humanitarian perspective, yes. Legally, no. If the fallout was that bad, you know what I'm saying? You just never know. We're not really in that part of the business, so you can. There's only so much to speculate. But yeah, damn, bro, this is just unfortunate. This is just extremely unfortunate because this happens all the time. And you know, congratulations to Feng for turning around and being able to sign a successful, big multi-million-dollar deal. You know what I'm saying? It's good to see the underground in this position where these artists are coming off internet promo and, you know, little internet runs where creators like myself and, you know, scenes are able to, like, you know, have a voice and amplify. I'm not saying we're the sole reason, you know, I'm not taking it there, but, you know, I'm just saying, like, to see things go from like a small little thing. I remember reacting to Fang and I'm like, damn, who is this guy? And then now a year later, he's signing multi-million-dollar deals. Like, just to see the value, if you know the business behind a lot of this stuff and how things get to where they are, it's nasty. And to see things fall out this way, because this was a successful situation between the manager and the artist, you know, young manager making a name for himself, you know, creating all this talent. I went to the page and I noticed a lot of it is gone and he's doing a lot of motivational stuff, you know, speaking about unity and UK and etc. And it seems to me like he's confident in what he's built for himself. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he knows he could turn around and create new talent at any given moment. So this can be what it is. You know, I could see that. But I could also understand why he's upset and, you know, might have told people, you know, a little bit of the truth. Because I've been in a similar situation myself where you manage an artist and you get them to a certain point, then they get entitled and they kind of let things go and you just kind of move on with your life, but you don't say anything to nobody. You keep things under wraps. In my case, the kid ended up not going nowhere. You know what I mean? I'm not going to say I would have been devastated if he went and made millions of dollars, but, you know, that shit might affect you a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I just wanted to talk on this topic a little bit, especially on this second channel. I really think you guys should, you know, hit the subscribe button and like button when it comes to this channel, because I'm going to be doing a whole lot of yap and just side talk in this type of scene, you know, and a lot more just open and free-handed content. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, definitely tap in. Let me know what you think about this entire situation in the comments. Yeah, put me up on some insight that I didn't know about this situation, and until we know more, that new Cali Crazy song, really fucking with that. Shout out to Fang for that. And yeah, you know what to do with your boy Kingmil, back with another one. Hit the like button, share button, subscribe button, peace.
Not for the cause, nigga. Just if Kingmil gets famous, y'all niggas not gonna be with Kingmil once he gets famous, bro. Understand that shit. He not gonna feed y'all.